breastplate, check, go, shoes, check, strap, shield, check, helmet, check, yeah, swerve, check, yeah, spirit, check, go, hold up, that's it, let's go. I got the swerve on me, I got the word on me, I'm about to air it out, I'm about to purge it out, I gotta clear it out, yeah, I gotta clear it out, I got them locked up, like Cameroon in here, seated in heavenly places, whoa, calling the shots in here, I want it all, I want the healing and all, I want the blessings and all, get out of my throne, yeah, I got the principality shook, when I pull up to the scene, I got the book of look, and I'm strapped, ayy, 10:19, whoa, Ephesians, ayy, 6:13, whoa, I'm at the flex, ayy, yeah, watch me clean, bill, check, check, breastplate, check, go, shoes, check, strap, shield, check, helmet, check, yeah, swerve, check, yeah, spirit, check, go, hold up, that's it, let's go. I got the swerve on me, I got the word on me, I'm about to air it out, I'm about to purge it out, I gotta clear it out, yeah, I gotta clear it out.
I gotta clear it out so I can rep the name that God placed upon me. Watch the way that God changed the game, cause he made the game like he worked for Sony. Every day I approach temptation like a Power Ranger with this armor on me. That's the only way that I remain blameless, cause I'm too dangerous when he call up on me. I got new intentions, check. Time to do the mission, check. Making new decisions, check. Now I'm too forgiving, that's a bet. I can see through every lie that the devil tell me, so I won't ever go for that. And I know God ain't gon' ever fail me, so I ain't never going back to life. Bill.
Check, check, breastplate, check, go, shoes, check, strap, shield, check, helmet, check, yeah, swerve, check, yeah, spirit, check, go, hold up, that's it, let's go. I got the swerve on me, I got the word on me, I'm about to air it out, I'm about to purge it out, I gotta clear it out, yeah. I gotta clear it out. I remember days I was tripping, I remember days I was slipping. Yeah. I remember days I was still caught up in the system. Look, I had to break out the cage, I had to find a way, I had to get down to pray. I ain't no prey, I am alive today, I make them run away. Yeah. All of my prayers gon' go, all of my angels gon' go. Whoa, whoa. I got the armor on, covered from head to toe. I got the spirit on me, I'm about to put on the show. I'm about to flex like Christ, make him a spectacle. Let's go.
Israel, he took me out of darkness and put me in his marvelous light. And if you could relate to that, this song's for you.
Every time I think about all he's done, how he changed my life and made it so much better, I'm just in awe. It's so amazing, yeah. Cause many times I was down on my knees crying, looking for the answer, but I couldn't find it at all, yeah. But he always came on time and made it right. He's so he's faithful, yeah. He won't let me fall. Never, he never let me down before. Oh no, every day I need him, cause I'm just a man. I'm just a human, and I can't do nothing without him. I'll give you the glory. Without him, I'm nothing. Trials and tribulations everywhere I look, so I find myself deeper in this book, cause I believe what it says when I read. See, the scripture said it was gonna get worse, so these righteous acts I'm gonna rehearse it and keep going no matter what. I know he's covering me, yes I believe he's faithful. So I'm never worried, no. He won't let me fall. He's got me in his hands, and he's holding me every day I need him, cause I'm just a human.
It's time to put the children to sleep.
That's right.
Grab your strong drink.
He took me
It's
out of
Wild Out
darkness
Wednesday.
and put me in his marvelous light.
It's time to put the
And if you can
children to
relate
sleep.
that, this
Grab
song's
your
for you.
strong drink. It's Wild Out Wednesday. It's time to put the children to sleep. Grab your strong drink. It's Wild Out Wednesday.
Let's go. 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 Let's go.
All right, yo, shalom, shalom, shalom. Hey, sorry about that. A little bit of technical difficulties on this evening, but it's all good though. We gonna keep it moving. I hope everybody's doing good. So, Gerard, what's going on, King? How you doing? Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Can you hear me?
Khan, I got you loud and clear. We got Officer Shemaiah on deck as always. Shalom, King. How you doing?
Shalom, shalom.
Khan, all
How
praise.
you doing?
I'm enduring. Hey, it's a beautiful day, man. For real, for real. Give all praise to, and glory and honor to the Most High. I don't know what I did with my glasses. I had my glasses just like 5 minutes ago, and now I can't find them. I have no idea what I just did with them things, but it's all good though. One monkey don't stop no show. We gonna keep it pushing, man. And shalom to Israel, everybody that's in the building. Hey, yo, shalom to you guys. I hope everybody's doing good on this Wednesday evening, so-called. Here in Babylon. We got a good class for you today. I'm actually probably going to break it up in two parts. I was going to really talk about two things. I was going to go into Revelation chapter 8 and we was going to do Revelation 11. So we was going to hit up both of those. We was going to hit up the two witnesses and we was going to get into Wormwood. But that being said, we probably just really going to deal with the two witnesses today. We go deal with Revelation chapter 11, and then we go circle back and we go come back to chapter 8 because I think that it's fitting that we do Revelation 11 before we go into Revelation 8. Anyway, and like Officer Boaz just said in the chat, yo, hit that like button, man. Likes are free. They cost you nothing. And push the algorithm, you know, so we can get this get this word out, spread this word. So please, Baba Kasha, hit that like button for your peoples. And with that, let's go ahead. Let's get into some shout outs. Let's shout out the people.
Sister Joan Gilchrist, shalom. Brown, shalom. Zebulon, Soldier Zebulon, shalom. Diane, shalom. Soldier Nadia, shalom. And John Allen, shalom. Nazar, 12 Gate, shalom. That's us.
Oh, that's us.
Yaikwab Israel, shalom. Soldier Gary, shalom. Soldier Kadash, shalom. Chokma, shalom. Sister L, shalom, sis. Gabriella, shalom. Belen, shalom. Officer Boaz, shalom, where you at?
And shalom to everybody else in the building. Oh, I just seen
David, shalom.
Yeah, shalom, shalom, shalom. Right, shalom to everybody who will be joining us. Hey, yo, we gonna try to shout you out as you come in. If we don't hit you, Salakia, we definitely wanna, you know, shalom everybody as you come in. But if we don't get you, hey, shalom to you, and shalom to everybody who's gonna watch and who's gonna be tuning in at a later date. Right, so we got some things to talk about here tonight. We got some things to talk about. I know y'all seen y'all might have seen the video. You may not have seen the video of the little girls dancing, twerking. Y'all seen that video?
Yeah,
Madness.
I think I know which one you talking about. The
Man,
one of them had a mic.
yes,
Yeah, yeah, that was
Madness.
terrible.
Pure madness.
that's how you know we in Babylon. You know we in Babylon. Let me get that precept. Let me get Job 9:24. Let's start that off. Let's start off Job 9:24. Baba Kasha.
God, it's the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The
He covered.
earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's why we got all this stuff going on. You know, it always trips me out when like atheists try to say like, oh, if there's a God, why so much bad stuff happen? Why so much evil happen? Hey, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
God,
That's why everything is going on the way it's going on right now. You know, kids wilding out, people getting killed left and right. I mean, it's total madness. It's just total chaos in the world right now. And if man, if you didn't believe in God, I don't know how you can't. I don't know how you cannot believe that there is a God, but there are some of the dummies out there that still are ignorant, right?
you seen the earthquakes and tsunamis?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. All praise to the Most High.
Most definitely.
All
He's
praise.
showing his miracles throughout the earth.
Man, come on, come on. Hey, yo, I saw that video of the quake that hit Japan.
Yeah,
I was counting the
Oh.
seconds. That thing was rocking. The video that I seen, that thing was rocking like 12 seconds.
damn.
There was an image of them. There was in the ocean. There was some divers under the water, and they showed it from that angle, and that was crazy how it was under the water.
Wow,
I just sucked everybody in. That was crazy.
that's many. That for real is many. And you know what else is crazy? It's like, I was working on New Year's night, and people like, oh yeah, I can't wait. I hope this year 2024 is so much better. And I'm like looking at it, I'm like 24 is gonna be better. How do you figure 24 is gonna be it's on its way to being worse, man?
Yeah,
One we got, I mean, you look at the democratic the democracy in America right now. You got a dude that's running for president and likely is going to win. Likely is going to win, running for president, but got court cases against him. Tell me when a nigga be able to do anything, he got a case on him.
The complexion for the protection. You got the complexion for the protection because we can't.
Man, never.
We can barely get a good job with a record.
Come on, bro. Man, speak that talk.
He going for the president. He going to be president. We need to, as young so-called African American, maybe we need to sign up for the presidency. That's the only job we can get with a felony.
right. That's crazy because I just going through my little job thing right now, man. I had to go through background checks. I had to get fingerprinted. They went back like 10-15 years looking into my history. It's crazy. I had to disclose all arrests and everything, right? Just for a regular job. This ain't for nothing that I gotta have national security for, right? This man is running for the highest office in the United States, and homeboy got a record. Homeboy's been arrested. Homeboy is actively fighting cases right now. They got states that don't even want to put him on the ballot. And he having to have his lawyers fight to get him on the ballot. It's madness what's going on right now. But you know what? This is Babylon, though. That's why if anybody try to say that America ain't Babylon, I'm like, what is you smoking? Stay off the dope.
Yeah.
Stay off the dope. But yo, you know what we got to do. Y'all already know what time it is. Hey, y'all got anything? My bad, Salakia.
La.
Anything for the people?
Just shalom to Israel.
Kind all praise to the Most High. What they saying in the chat? El Toda. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna try to learn. I'm trying to learn the language though. I'm trying to learn. But on this day in history, January 3rd, 1895. Now I gotta do some research on these people. I didn't really do my due diligence. It says that they were Native Americans. So on this day, January 3rd, 1985, 19 Hopi leaders were imprisoned in Alcatraz. Alcatraz is out here. If y'all ever come to the Bay, take a tour on over there to Alcatraz. I went a long time ago. It's pretty cool little place to visit. See how they had our people over there. I know y'all probably seen that movie where the dudes escaped from Alcatraz and they never found their bodies. You know, and they saying that they don't believe that they made it. They believe like the current carried them away and killed them, whatnot. But you know, they don't know. But anyway,
when you do that tour, is it just getting on the boat and going around it, or do it allow you to get off and walk through the prison?
You get off the boat, you get to walk through the yard, you know, where they was at. You get to see the prison cells. In fact, they got the cell. Hey, Khan, Bazaya, hey, Shalom. The in the movie, you know, they had like the dummy heads where, you know, they escaped. Where in the prison, they actually have the actual heads that they used to escape. They still got those heads in their cells. Now they got like the glass on it, so you know you can't reach in and touch it or nothing. But they still got those actual dummy heads that they used to escape sitting inside the cells. And you can see like where the little makeshift and everything, how they like chiseled through the prison walls to get up out of there. You can see all that, man. It, like I said, it's actually a cool little tour, man.
I'm gonna look into that. I ain't gonna
Gary
lie.
said, just don't fall in the water. Right? Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's get this Officer Shemai, if you could. Baba Kashad, let's go ahead. I don't know why that just came up. The locket. That was not supposed to come up, but y'all see what it is, what the class is. Where did my take it back? All right, there we go. All right, so if you could, let's go ahead. Let's get that.
Okay. On this day in 1895, federal authorities imprisoned 19 Hopi leaders at Alcatraz Island on sedition charges for opposing the U.S. government forced education and assimilation of indigenous children.
So they was against the government trying to force them to assimilate. And because they was against the government, the United States government, because they was against the United States government trying to force them to assimilate into their society and the forced education that the United States government was trying to impress upon them, they were in prison.
In the late 1800s, the U.S. government sought to Americanize Native American children by forcing them into white-run assimilation schools, often far from their homes and families. In 1887, the government established King Canyon boarding schools in modern-day Arizona and pressured Native American parents from the Hopi tribe to enroll their children. The Hopi families that complied with the government's orders and sent their children to school were deemed friendlies, while those who refused were branded hostiles. When most parents refused to part with their children voluntarily, the government resorted to force, sending soldiers to round up children and send them to Kings Canyon.
Wow, yo, how wicked of people are these? You don't want to go to our schools. You don't want to learn what we teaching. Well, you know what? We're gonna force you to. You ain't got no choice. First of all, y'all came over and took they land.
Yeah.
Y'all came over and took they land, and now you trying to force them to learn your education. And because they don't want to, you go throw them in jail, and you go forcibly make them learn what you want them to learn. Yo, these people are wicked. Right? Again, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And when we read through the book of Revelation, you see the United States all in the Bible. People say, where's the United States in the Bible? I used to hear that a long time ago. People would say, where's the United States at in the Bible? If the Bible got so much prophecy, why we don't see the United States in it? Well, the United States is in the Bible. You're just not looking. Well, it's not going to call it the United States, but it gives you all of the description so that you know that this is who, or this is the place that the Bible is referring to, right? When you read it. Success Journey said the border schools come from the border of wickedness. Hey, Con. All right.
Yeah, because they want to see United States. Man, they ain't gonna have United States here. That wasn't even a damn word then.
Right, exactly.
But you see daughter of Babylon though.
You definitely see daughter of Babylon, right? But they don't know what that means. They don't have no understanding of that. In fact, hey, grab Matthew chapter 13 and verse 10 real quick. And this is why they don't have understanding of what's being said.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Right. Why are you talking to them in parables? Why parables, Salaki? Why are you talking to them in riddles? You know, because Christ spoke in a way where not everybody was going to get it. In fact, he's going to say that. Read on.
And he answered and said unto them, because it is given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
But to them it's not given, right? Just think, if Esau knew what the Bible said about him, do you think that he would really try to pass us along the Bible? Not at all. He would try to destroy it. He would have wanted all the Bibles burnt up.
Yeah, like they did. Yeah.
Like they did. Burn their books, burn their Bibles. But Esau don't have an understanding of what the Bible is actually saying. They think, oh, everybody can get a pass. No, everybody can't get a pass. Right? But I want to hit on what Sister L just said and force their Caucasian God on them. Right. That's exactly what they did. Hey, you gotta worship this white Jesus. They forced that white Jesus on the world. On the world, they try to force that white Jesus on the entire world. I mean, when you think about the Crusades, what they was doing with that, trying to force white Jesus down the throat of everybody, right? But let's go back to that article real quick, and then we go move along.
At the same time, tensions were rising against limited land that the government claimed to still belong to the Hopi communities. In October 1894, 50 Hopi returned to plant on land that had traditionally belonged to their tribe. The U.S. government, claiming to act in defense of the right of friendlies, responded by ordering troops to arrest the Hopi leaders, justifying the order for military involvement. One government official wrote that the friendlies must be protected in their rights and encouraged to continue in the Washington way. Can you that's good. After the January 1895 arrest, the San Francisco Chronicle reported that 19 murderous-looking Apache Indians had been imprisoned at Alcatraz because they would not let their children go to school.
Stop, Salaki. It said 19 murderous looking. How do you look murderous?
I have no idea.
How does a person look murder? What does a murderous person look like? I mean, are they eyes red?
Got that dark skin.
the dark skin, is that's what it is. It was or
Yeah.
they dark, so they look murderous. You know, it's crazy because my homeboy was telling me that there was a law up in Washington that they just actually recently had to get off the books because it was something vague to the same extent that a cop would be in the right if he killed someone, because and it was something just like this, if I'm not mistaken. He looked murderous, or it looked like he had demonic intentions, or I forget the exact wording. I've got to go back and look at it, but something to that is to this extent right here. So they arrested these brothers because they said they looked murderous, right? Keep on.
19 murderous looking Apache Indians had been imprisoned at Alcatraz because they would not let their children go to school. The paper added that they had not hardship aside from the fact that they had been rudely snatched from the bosom of their families and are prisoners, and prisoners they shall stay until they have learned to appreciate the advantage of education. The
Wow.
Hopi leaders were imprisoned in the wooden cells of Alcatraz for nearly 1 year.
That is crazy. Hey, prisoners, they go stay until they appreciate this white education that we trying to get them. Hey, you won't stay in that jail cell until you say thank you to us good white Christians that's trying to teach you savages.
That's trying to civilize you.
We trying to civilize you. Hey, I want to hit on what Brown said. There's no one worse than Esau. That is a fact. Esau is the border of wickedness. Let's get that. Give me Malachi chapter 1. Yeah,
It's crazy how Esau try to civilize somebody when he the most uncivilized person on the planet. He come into your community uncivilized.
Come on. Hey, we had to teach Esau how to bathe.
Yeah.
They came out the mountain.
Smelling like
eating flies off of each other.
Crazy.
Yeah. Here's the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
They are the border of wickedness. Man, there is like Brown said, there's no one worse than Esau. They are the border of wickedness, whom the Most High has indignation forever.
Ever.
Right? Hey, Sister L said, Jeffrey Dahmer had a nice, kind smile. And I watched that series. Did y'all watch that?
Yeah, I couldn't watch
it. I saw that.
Man, hey, that dude was out his brains. He was nuts.
I watched the documentary a long time ago. I couldn't watch the series.
Hey, Captain Yan just said Esau will drive 100 miles to come to your city and kill old people. Yo, ain't nothing truer than what he just said right there. Hey, because what did we see? What was the white boy that went down to what was it? What state was
I know
that?
you talked to Ferguson. Was it Ferguson?
Yeah.
No, it was I know you're talking about
where he drove across state lines.
State lines, yeah.
To go down there, and he ended up killing somebody
and got
off with self-defense.
Oh, wasn't it dude from Wisconsin?
Yeah. I think he was from Wisconsin.
I know you're talking about because he had an AR, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy. The border of wickedness, man. Esau is absolutely the border of wickedness. And so, that being said, let's move it right along. I wanted to get this. It's actually a little bit late, but this goes to like our people who are still celebrating these wicked holidays, folly days. that they celebrate. Did y'all hear about the woman that got killed by her brother or her younger brother? Y'all didn't hear about that? Okay, con. Well, I'm gonna Cal something. Kyle
Rittner.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, the water, Nazar. Yeah, that's that Peckerwood, man. And he turned around and tried to sue. He goes to Salaki. He goes down there, goes across state lines with a firearm. And what always kills me is like they want to put in all these laws, right? They want to put in all these laws to like really penalize the black and brown, but y'all not doing nothing to these Peckerwoods who are the ones really out here doing all this atrocious stuff. I mean, school shootings. How many school shootings have the perpetrators been so-called Mexican or so-called black? How many school shootings?
Damn, they're unheard of.
Right? None. I've never heard of one. Hey, it was the one where the dude was sniping people from his car, the black dude and his son.
Oh, in Dallas.
Yeah, that's the only one I've ever heard of.
Was they not? I thought they was like a different nation. I thought they was like African or something.
Were they?
Yeah, I don't think them was our people.
I don't know. I gotta look into it a little bit more. Could have been, might not have been, but hey, that was the only people of color where they was actually like.
You talking about that was the DC?
DC, it was DC sniper.
Yeah, DC sniper.
Yeah, but in Dallas, that was a black dude too. That was
the one that just went walking around killing people.
No, the one that was sniping from a parking garage when he was killing them cops.
Oh yeah. That's right. Okay, con. All right, so if y'all haven't heard about this, so Florida teen kills sister over Christmas present. So we go watch this and just look at the madness that comes around all these wicked holidays and why our people need to leave these holidays alone in the first place. But let's watch.
23-year-old mother of two is dead after being shot by her own brother on Christmas Eve. Abrielle Baldwin was trying to break up an argument between her siblings when one of them pulled out a gun. Fox 18's Evan Axelbank reports on what has the sheriff furious and the changes he is now calling for.
Photos Abrielle Baldwin posted to social media show her filled with joy.
She's just a woman going about life, doing her thing with her two kids, trying to make a living, trying to make it.
On Christmas Eve, while at her grandmother's home on 22nd Avenue in Largo, she'd had enough of her brothers bickering. DeMarcus and Darcus began pulling guns on one another.
Abrielle told DeMarcus, quote, "You all need to leave that stuff alone. Why are you trying to start it? It's Christmas."
Hold on. How two brothers end up pulling guns on each other?
Deuteronomy.
Arguing over Christmas presents.
That's crazy.
Over Christmas presents. I mean, you could see the curses all on our people. But y'all arguing over Christmas presents and y'all pull guns on each other. Madness.
They both had been fighting over Christmas presents, with the 15-year-old Darcus jealous that their mom had spent more on gifts for 14-year-old DeMarcus. After Abrielle stepped in, DeMarcus pulled a gun and fired, killing her and sending her son and his nephew, an 11-month-old, falling to the ground. Then Darcus pulled his own gun and shot DeMarcus, leaving him badly injured.
This proliferation of guns on the streets and guns in this area and guns in the hands of these kids, this is the worst I've ever seen. I don't think we've ever seen it this bad.
The sheriff says the area around 22nd Avenue in Largo.
Yo, and so, I just did a class with the brother Barack that's on here. And again, if y'all haven't went and subscribed to the brother's channel, go subscribe to his channel. Hey, Barack, drop a link for your channel in the chat. But we was just talking about oppression makes a wise man mad. And it's things like this it's things like this. When we see things like this, right? Throw your whole life away for what? Because you feel like you didn't get, or your mama didn't spend as much money on gifts for you as she did for your brother. And this is, again, prime example of why our people need to come back to the laws of the Most High. Prime example why people need to come back to the laws of the Most High. Forget the fact that, was that Deuteronomy 28 and 54. Forget that. Well, don't forget it. Salakia. Don't forget that. But not thinking about, or I don't want to say that neither. But if we just look at Jeremiah 10, if we just look at Jeremiah 10 and say, well, you know what? Hold on. Let me backtrack. Because that Deuteronomy 28 and 54, if it was the brotherly love, that would have never happened.
God.
It wouldn't have mattered about the Christmas or anything else, because if he had that brotherly love, he would have never shot his brother. He would have never been upset. In fact, we can go down to look at covetousness. He was coveting what his brother had, right? All we just see this is lawless. It's just total lawlessness. There's no observance of the law. And then, like it says in Matthew, it said the love of many is going to wax cold.
God.
And the love of many has waxed cold. What kind of individual are you that you are going to shoot and kill your sister because you're upset that your brother got more gifts on Christmas than you did? That's retarded. And so anyway, so going back to, the oppression that it makes a white man mad, when we can look at and see and understand why our people are in the state and the condition that we are in today over here in Mystery Babylon. We're over here because we failed to keep the laws, statutes, and the commandments of the Most High God. And because of that, we have incidences like this, because our people don't want to observe the holy days as are given to us in Leviticus 23. We don't want to observe that. Our people don't want to observe the Feast of Dedication, which Yahushua observed and kept. We don't want to observe that. But we want to observe this pagan holiday, and we did numerous classes on talking about Christmas, whether you are supposed to keep Christmas or not, whether you should. We just had the lesson talking about birthdays. Should we celebrate birthdays? We've been bringing out so much information as why our people need to distance themselves from these practices, right? It's incidences like this, right? It's the lawlessness that is going on with our people.
So,
go ahead.
And you hear more and more of people being killed on birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never heard so many of our people being killed on birthdays. But
right.
it goes to show that the Most High, he ain't playing, man. Like, you better get right now.
Right.
Because it's getting worse and worse, and he on his way.
He on his way, and we are in the last days. And we're gonna look at that, today, and what we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna be talking about, us being in the last days. I had so many videos here, man, that I wanted to get, but I'm not gonna get them all tonight. We can get them in the second when we talk about Wormwood. But I did want to get this. I just saw this one. This one, really kind of broke my heart again. You just see the curses on our people, man. You just see the curses on our people.
It started with a knife.
Oh, yeah, man, I can't watch this, man. This hurt my heart,
You saw
man.
this?
Man, it's hurt my heart.
Right?
911 call from 27-year-old Niani Finlayson saying her ex-boyfriend was being abusive.
I need the police here right now. No, because he won't get his hands off of me.
It ended with a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy shooting and killing the mother of two. Now, newly released police body camera video is shedding light on what...
Now, I gotta say this. The cop that shot her, he's going to get off. He's going to get off. there's not going to be anything that happened to him. Right now, he's on paid leave. He don't have to go to work, but he's still bringing in the same paycheck that he would be bringing in if he was still working. And he got to done off one of our sisters. The reason why he's going to get off, I'm gonna let you see.
What appears to have happened in between. The video shows 3 deputies arriving at the apartment, knocking on a locked door before Finlayson answers.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab him because he is right.
She appears to be holding a kitchen.
All right, you hear what she just said, right? The first thing she said when she opened the door is, "I'm going to stab him." Those were the first words that came out her mouth when she opened the door. She ain't opened the door, say, "Help, get him," nothing. The first words that came out her mouth is, "I'm going to stab him." And it is sad, Beline, because like you said, now them babies is without a mom. It's very sad.
Knife. Her 9-year-old daughter tells officers the man pushed her. The video then shows Finlayson walk over to her boyfriend and, according to the sheriff's department, appear to grab him with knife still in hand. A deputy quickly fires 4 shots at Finlayson, killing her. Her daughter witnessed the entire thing.
Why did you sue? Drop it!
Finlayson's family plans to sue the sheriff's department for $30 million.
You couldn't mace her. You couldn't baton her. You couldn't use a stun gun. My daughter only weighed 110 pounds. Why is she dead?
The department released this picture of a knife they say was recovered at the scene. But according to a government claim filed.
All right, so that right there is why nothing is going to happen to the cop. Watching the interview of the father, there's another interview of him. Watching that video, right, he is going to claim self-defense. Well, not even self-defense, but defense of others. So
yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be.
Right? He's going to be justified because she had a knife. She grabbed the boyfriend, and he said that it was in defense of the boyfriend, why he was able to shoot her. And he's going to get off with that. Because the fact is, she did have a knife. The fact is, she said, "I'm going to stab him." All of that plays in favor of the Peckerwood that shot and killed her. But then you heard the boyfriend, what was he saying? He said, "Why'd you shoot? Why'd you shoot?" Man, the boyfriend wasn't worried about her stabbing him. But anyway, again, the curses that's on our people, right? The evil eye that the woman has towards the man, that the man has towards the woman. These are the curses that's on our people. And again, a person makes a wise man mad. The fact that we don't keep the laws, the fact that our people aren't operating in the law. If this was a law-abiding husband and wife, it would have never got to this point. It would have never got to that point. And it's sad, like Beline said, that little girl now has to grow up without her mother. It's really sad. It's really sad. I wish that our people would wake up and come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know,
yeah, we still fishing,
right? We're not soon from being turned into hunters. Most are willing. But y'all know what it's time for. We didn't do it last week.
Donkey!
But we gotta get it. We gotta get it today. So I want y'all to see this. This is our donkey of the day. This right here is crazy to me.
Oh man.
You saw this?
Bring and you are refusing. You will die. Stand up.
I don't want you seated. You're refusing to give that offering, and you're refusing. You will die. You will die.
Yo, the pastor just told the woman because she didn't want to give an offering that she's going to die for not giving an offering. He just told the woman, he just went to this woman and said, because you're not giving the offering, you're going to die. Yo, what would you have done if you're in the church and the pastor come up and say, you're going to die?
That's
you
don't
want
threat.
to give an offering.
That's a threat.
That is a threat. What do you do? Come on, you in church. Pastor come up to you. He mad because you didn't give offering. He tell you gonna die. What you gonna do?
Man, I'm walking right up out there, man. Before I do something. For
Man,
real.
I'm kicking over the offering table. And then I'm gonna walk out.
Yeah, may grab something before you leave.
Right.
That's crazy because I was telling my coworker today, because her dad is a minister now. I'm like, and we was talking about the tithes and stuff. I'm like, what is the Most High need with your money? Like, what does he need with the money? Pastors are going around asking for tithes for what they got going on, and they'll tell you, oh, if you give me this much money, this is how many blessings you can get. What is the Most High gonna need with this money?
Right. No, hey, I want to jump into the lesson real quick, but I need to get y'all opinion on this. I need y'all opinion on this, and then we'll get into it. I know y'all seen this already.
Oh man.
I thought that was it. But yeah.
This was the dunk of the day for sure.
Come on, look at him again. Say, you got to work the prophecy. You got to work. This year, you got to stand up.
It's a little low.
You got to walk it out.
Stand up and walk it out.
It's just the video.
That's how we going out of here tonight. Look at your neighbor and say, walk it out.
Look at your neighbor. Look at your neighbor and say, walk it out. Say, neighbor, walk it out.
They trying to act like they don't know what you're referring to. Look at them and tell them, walk it out.
Hey, now walk it out. 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 DJ walk it out. We in the walk it out. No, I walk it out. Here we go. Now walk it out. 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 Now west side walk it out. South side walk it out.
Hey, they in the church really going on.
Hey, bend your back low. She do it with no hands. Now stop popping roll.
All right. So real quick, what is y'all thoughts on that?
You put the swag surf on there.
I mean, we already say that the church is just like a club on Sundays, and you could tell that brother right there was waiting. He was waiting for this moment. It was his moment to shine.
Oh man! So this was New Year's, right? And so I'm gonna keep it a buck. When I first seen it, I was just like, of course you're looking and you see, of course, ain't nobody keeping no laws. But
not at all.
I was like, okay, man. So they having a good time, but one of my problem with it is they're celebrating New Year's. That's number one. They celebrate New Year's, so they're celebrating this pagan festival, right? Which we're not supposed to be doing. Ain't nobody keeping no laws. It's not even necessary that they was having a good time. Hey, because when we hold Passover, hey, we had a good time at Passover, did we not?
Okay.
Right. So yeah, I don't have nothing against them having a good time. Hey, y'all having fun. Y'all having fun. My problem again is the fact that one, y'all not keeping no laws. That man's face is as smooth as a baby's butt. Nobody in that building is keeping any laws. And our people are destroyed. And he's one of the reasons why our people are destroyed, for a lack of knowledge. because he's the pastor, he's the minister, whatever he is. I know he sings. I even listen to some of his gospel songs sometimes. But the fact is, he's leading our people astray. All right. But anyway, hey, what y'all in the comments feel about that? It's crazy. He actually could have just played the beat, but he played the lyrics too. Hey, Boss, I was thinking that exact same thing. Because he did play the lyrics with it. Right? He did play the lyrics with it.
And it was probably somebody in the back twerking.
Exactly.
You know, that wasn't up in the front. You know what I'm saying? They were probably twerking. Like, oh, back in the club. I just came from there.
Hey, but when you keep on watching the video, you can see one of the chicks that's in the front that kind of starts, getting a little worldly while she dancing. Your so-called Christian sister. He said DJ had them turned. Hey, facts. Right? Hey, no, but real. Hey, you gotta stop playing with the Most High. You gotta stop playing with the Most High. But all right, anyway. So let's go ahead and go get into it. We spent a lot of time already. Give me the book of Revelation, chapter 11. All right, so the two witnesses. Wormwood, we're not gonna get into Wormwood, and we're gonna kind of move kind of fast because I don't want to keep y'all here long. We're gonna point a couple things out, and then we're gonna let you be on your way. If y'all got any questions, and we want y'all to ask questions. Definitely engage. But the two witnesses, right? Who are the two witnesses? Who are the two witnesses in the Bible that the Bible is talking about? Christians, they have their opinion of Revelation, and to keep it totally honest, most Christians don't even deal with the book of Revelations at all, period. The book of Revelation, most Christians do not deal with it. 90% of so-called pastors will not read anything out of the book of Revelation. You go into any church on a Sunday, not go hear no pastor preaching a sermon out of the book of Revelation.
It's like it.
Yup.
And the thing about it is, like most Christians, well, people in Christianity, they know nothing about the book of Revelation 21.
Nothing at all.
Because hell, I didn't. I went to church since I was a child, and I grew up in church, and I never knew until I came into the truth about Revelation 21. I'm thinking it's one pearly gate.
Right.
And now I think about it, I've been in church all my life. I can't remember them ever bringing out Revelation.
Once. Not once. Hey, anybody in the chat, if y'all went to church, and I'm sure y'all did. I know it was some church goers in here before you came into the truth. Did y'all ever hear your pastor preach on the book of Revelation? Did you ever hear them read one verse out of the book of Revelation? Right. Said they give those sweet verses and talk about their favorite football team. Facts. They said it was a scary book. It was a scary book. No one wanted to preach out that book. All right. Not one. And again, so we, all of us here, we've had the same experience being in church and never being taught about the book of Revelation. And the reason why they don't want to read the book of Revelation, number one, they don't understand it themselves. They're scared to go into it, and they're scared to deal with it. Right? Real quick, before we even jump to Revelation 11, let's go real quick to Revelation 1 and verse number 4. Or 3. Block it. Revelation 1 and 3.
Oh, yeah.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the word of this prophecy, and keep those things.
And hear the words of this prophecy. The book of Revelation give you a blessing with it. So if this book give you a blessing with with reading and hearing it, why they don't touch the book? That makes no sense to me. But you'll want to go everywhere else. And you know what's really crazy is a lot of pastors will go use the Old Testament and like to preach sermons out of the Old Testament, yet at the same time they tell you that the Old Testament is done away with.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Go
if they
figure.
if they go into the Old Testament, it's for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Give your tithe. Give your 10%.
Yeah.
Give your 10%. It's right here. 10%.
Will you rob God?
Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. Wherein have we robbed thee? All right, I got that verse memorized. Hey, because the pastor used to love to go, hey, you know when it was offering time. You know when it was offering time. That verse was right there. Will a man rob God? All right. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's go back. Give me the book of Revelation, chapter 11. Chapter 11, and let's start at verse number 3. Revelation chapter 11 and verse number 3. And so remember how the book is written. And we got to remember that again, the imagery that it's written in, right? The different forms of literary uses that is being used when writing the Bible. All right. So let's get that. Revelation 11 and 3.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth.
All right. So he said, I'm going to give power to my 2 witnesses. Now, I remember. So let me ask you guys. Let me ask the chat. Who do you think the witnesses are? Or do you have any preconceived ideas about who the 2 witnesses are? Bro,
Yahushua and the Holy Ghost.
Say, neighbor. God's got a blessing for you. That's how they do it, man. They get you all in your feelings, get you feeling good. Again, you want to, then what they be like, talk back to me. Or yeah, y'all don't want to have church today. That's what they used to love to say when people was quiet and they was up there preaching. All right, the pastor got to do that dramatic pause, like, oh, y'all don't want to have church today. All right, but who are the 2 witnesses? All right, so I see angels. I got angels. All right, Ariah, who'd you say?
I said Yahushua and the Holy Ghost.
All right, you said Yahushua and the Holy Spirit. Okay, Khan. All right, someone go to. Well, no. Let's not go there yet. Yeah, we'll hold off on that one. Okay, so you say Yahushua and the Holy Spirit. Chavez said angels. Brown said first time learning this. Okay, all praises to the Most High. Golden says southern and northern kingdoms. Khan, all praises. Yaakov said I believe I've heard Enoch and Elijah would be regenerated, mentioned because they ascended. Also, northern and southern kingdom. Sister L thought it was the northern and southern kingdom. All right, Khan and Shalom. Soldier James just tapped in. Shalom to you. All right, so those are all great, right? So, in fact, a lot of people do say, believe that, well, not necessarily Enoch and Elijah, but a lot of people will say that they believe that it's Elijah and Moses, right? And this is the reason why, well, no, it's several reasons why they say that that they believe that it would be Elijah and Moses. But this is one of the other reasons why that they say that it would be Elijah and Moses as well, too. So let's get that real quick. Go to Matthew chapter 17 and start at verse 1.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 17 and verse 1. And after 6 days, Jesus taketh Peter, James, and John his brother, and bringeth them up unto the high mountain apart,
Mm-hmm.
and was transfigured before them.
Come
And
on.
his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light.
Right. So
And
this is
behold,
Christ done already been just keep reading.
Verse 3, and behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias talking with him.
All right, so Elias is Elijah, right? So they're on the mountain. Yahushua gets transfigured, and they see Elijah and they see Moses with him. So a lot of people will say that it's going to be Elijah and Moses are the two witnesses, right? Not just because they were seen with him at the mountain when he got transfigured, but also because of some of the things that's said further on in this same chapter. And we're going to read those things as well too. But this is one of the reasons why some people feel like the two witnesses are Elijah and Moses. Now, I understand why some people said Enoch, because we know that Enoch walked with the Most High, said what, for 365 days, and then the Most High took him. So same thing with Elijah. Elijah didn't see death either. So both Enoch and Elijah was transliterated, and or Salakia, not transliterated, but both Enoch and Elijah didn't see death. So that's why some people say that the two witnesses are Enoch and Elijah, but the consensus is, for the most part, that the two witnesses are Elijah and Moses. All right. So go ahead, drop that. Let's go back to Revelation 11 and 3 again.
Okay, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 3. And I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth.
Right. All right. So now let's get a precept real quick. In fact, Oriah, grab Psalms 119 and 104, I believe it is. I think that's what I want. And then Shemaiah, if you could, I want you to go ahead and grab the book of Isaiah, chapter 43.
You want Psalms 119 and 104?
119 and 104.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding.
Right?
Therefore I hate.
Through the precepts, that's where we get our understanding from. Right? And that's what a lot of these, Christians don't understand, why we go from one scripture to another scripture. Right? They'd be like, no, why? Well, you're jumping around, you're moving, you're going over here and you're going over there. They don't understand how to get an understanding of the Bible. It just said, through thy precepts, I get understanding, right? In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every word be established, right? Book of Isaiah, what did it say? It said line upon line, right? Line upon line. Here a little, there a little, right? So we have to go around to be able to get the understanding of what is actually being said, right? So again, Revelation 11:3, I'm going to read that again real quick. It says, and I will give power unto my 2 witnesses. So read that for me in the book of Isaiah.
43 and what?
Start at verse 1 from the top.
Okay. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 43 and verse 1. But now, thus saith the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have caused thee by thy name, thou art mine.
Right. So this is who is being talked about right here, right? Israel. So now go to verse number 10.
Verse 10. Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord.
What?
Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord.
So who's the witnesses of the Most High?
Northern and Southern Kingdom.
Northern and Southern Kingdom, right? The Northern and Southern Kingdom are the witnesses, are the Most High's witnesses. Okay. Araya, I want you to go back to Revelation 11. Get 3 again, and then read into 4.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 11 and verse 3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,203 in 3 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees,
Right now,
and
it said these are the 2 olive trees. Shamara, I want you to go ahead and go to Jeremiah chapter 11. Start at verse 16.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 11, verse 16. The Lord called thy name a green olive tree, fair and of goodly fruit, with the noise of a great tumult. He has kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken.
Right. So again, so now who's the olive tree? Israel is the olive tree.
Okay.
And it said that the branches are broken. Why are the branches broken? In the chat, why are the branches broken? We'll wait for the answer. While y'all put in your answer, let's go ahead. Let's hop back to Revelation 11 again. And all right, I want you to go ahead and finish that off on verse 4.
Slakia. Verse 4. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devour their enemies.
All right, good. Stop right there. Stop right there. All right, so it said Israel broke the covenant. Right. That's why the branches are broken, because we sinned. We broke the covenant that we have made with the Most High. That's why the branches are broken. Point blank, period. We did not uphold our end of the covenant. We went off. We got into idolatry, right? Israel not keeping law, statutes, and commandments. All praise to the Most High, right? And then it says, and if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out their mouth. Now, when reading the book of Revelation, like especially for Christians, and I remember, I had this conversation one time before, and this was actually just talking about chapter 13 and dealing with, chapter 12 and dealing with the dragon in the sky and whatnot. So we know that nobody is walking literally throughout the earth spitting fire out of their mouth. Even when we look at the prophets of old, none of them spit fire out of their mouth. Little fire came out of their mouth. Now Elijah did call down fire from the heaven. Right? Y'all familiar with that account? Right? Elijah called down fire from heaven. And this is the other reason why a lot of people believe that the 2 witnesses are Elijah and Moses also too, because when you go and you read what the two witnesses are going to be doing, right? But it says, if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth, right? So I want you to grab real quick, go to Jeremiah 5 and 14. So what is this talking about? What is this talking about? That fire is going to proceed out of their mouth. Read that.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5 and verse 14. Wherefore thus saith the Lord God of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and these people wood.
Right.
And it shall
Hey,
devour
so the words that the prophets are going to be speaking are going to be like fire. Right? The words of the Most High is like fire. It said fire proceed out of their mouth. Why is fire proceeding out of their mouth? Hey, because they're speaking the words of the Most High. And it said that they're going to be like wood. So when we be out here, out on the streets, and we're talking to people and we're giving people the word, what kind of reactions do you see happening? Man, they be like getting filled up with rage. No, the Bible don't say that. You know, they hot, they mad. Some of them, man, be ready to come to blows. What you saying, Shamar?
I said that's where we get the term. We be burning them up.
We be burning them up, and it don't be us that's burning them up. It be the words that we be speaking, because the words of the Most High is like fire. Right? We start speaking this Bible to them. We start giving the true understanding of what this Bible is saying, and hey, like Brown said, man, they get burned up. Right? So that's what when this says that fire proceeded out of their mouth, that's the word of the Most High. The Most High, that's that word that's coming out and it's eating them alive. Yo, when we was out there talking to the pastor, hey, that word started coming out, and then he wanted to start, hey, well, have y'all ever been in seminary? Right? Hey, that word was burning them up. He started to get consumed. Right? And we never gonna be confounded when we get out there on the streets. We are not gonna be confounded. We just go speak the words of the Most High, and they what it say? The wicked flee when no one pursue it. That be that fire that be coming out of our mouth. That be the fire of the Most High. They cannot deal with it, right? Go to Jeremiah 23 and 29.
You said 23 and 29?
Kind.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 29. Is not my word like a fire, saith the Lord?
Word like a what?
Is not my word like a fire?
Right? That's his word. That's the word of the Most High. It's like a fire. Hey, Jeremiah said it was like fire shut up in my bones. Right? He had no choice but to go out and give the word of the Most High. The word of the Most High is like fire. And y'all go see that, man. When you talking to family members, they get mad, they get upset. You tell them you got to keep the law. I don't got to keep the law. Right? It's like they start turning into the Hulk. They be getting so mad and upset. The law is done away with. Don't tell me I got to do that.
They don't like that.
They don't like it. They don't like it because that word is burning them up. And that's what the two witnesses are going to do. That's what the two witnesses are doing. Because as we're going to continue to read, it said the two witnesses are here in the last days. The two witnesses are in the last days. And what are they doing? They are prophesying. They are giving the word of the Most High. Right? Well, we will continue reading.
In Jeremiah?
No, it's still like it. Let's go back to Revelation 11 and get verse 5 again.
And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devour their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed.
Come on.
These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecies.
Right. And so this is why, so real quick, this is why also there's a belief that Elijah is one of the two witnesses. Because what did Elijah do in the days of his prophecy? He stopped the rain. Right? He shut up the rain. So this is why, again, it can be believed that Elijah will be one of the witnesses. But there's something that you have to do to be able to authenticate that it is Moses and Elijah. We have to read that someplace else, that they are going to be the witnesses, not just based off of the prophecy that they did, because we see a prophecy there that they did. Like, for instance, all right, go to Matthew. Go to Matthew chapter 17 and verse 10. Let's get that real quick.
All right, it's the book of Matthew, chapter 17 and verse 10. And his disciple asked him, saying, why then say the scribes that Elias must first come?
Right.
And how
So
was I?
the disciples, they talking to Christ, they're like, yo, why did the prophet say that Elias must first come? Again, Elias is Elijah, right? In the chat, who is Elijah? Do y'all know? And this is why, and not to go too far into the deep, but this is why we believe in regeneration, because of this right
You
here.
talking about when the spirit came back?
Right.
Okay.
Who is Elijah? Or who was Elijah? Not who is. Who was Elijah? So we do see somewhere, we do see in the scriptures that Elijah was going to come back. We do see that in the scripture. Right. And so now, right, John the Baptist, right? Elijah or John the Baptist was Elijah. Right. And so now the disciples are asking Christ, hey, why do the scriptures say that Elias must come? Right? Continue reading. In fact, start that again from the top and read it straight through.
All right, Con. This is book of Matthew, chapter 17, and verse 10. And his disciple asked him, saying, why then say the scribes that Elias must first come? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things. But I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist.
Right, exactly. So that's the point right there, right? Is that the disciples understood that the scriptures foretold Elias coming back. But where did they get that from? Where did the disciples get the idea that Elias had to come back? And Brown said they recognized his spirit. No, actually, they didn't recognize his spirit, right? Because what did Christ just say? Read that one more time.
Which one?
12.
But I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not.
Right? They didn't know. What happened to John the Baptist? Right? He got his head chopped off. He got his head chopped off for Herod's wicked wife's birthday.
Yeah.
She said, I want John the Baptist's head on plate.
Oh, because he rebuked him.
Right? Hey, Yaquab Israel is on it. Right? So let's get that. Get the book of Malachi. Get the book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 5. And this is what I'm saying, that everything has to have, it has to already had been written. Right? The book of Revelation is what? It's a revealing. Everything that's in the book of Revelation. In fact, who wrote the book of Revelation? Who wrote the book of Revelation? So everything that's been written is already things that's already been talked about. That's already been said. Right? Who wrote the book of Revelation? But let's get that.
No, it wasn't John.
No, not John the Baptist.
You got John right.
You got right. You got John right. John on the island of Patmos. Right? John was on the island of Patmos.
Yeah, John the Revelator.
John the Revelator. All praise to the Most High. Let's get that real quick. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5.
It's the book of Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Right? Hey, so Malachi prophesied, he said, I'm going to send you Elijah the prophet. Right? So this is why the disciples were expecting Elijah. Right? We can't read nowhere in the Old Testament, so-called, we can't read nowhere in the prophets about Moses coming back. We can't read that nowhere in the prophets. We can read in the prophets about Elijah coming back, and indeed Elijah did. Yahweh Shai told us. He said Elijah has already come, and y'all didn't even know it, right? So when we are going to look, and I said all that to come right back to chapter 11, that in looking at two witnesses and really getting that understanding, if it was going to be Elijah and Moses, right, we would have to have seen that somewhere in the scriptures already, right? And so we went through to show who the witnesses according to the precepts are. The witnesses according to the precepts are Israel, are the northern, the southern kingdom, right? Those are the witnesses. The two olive trees is the northern and southern kingdom, right? And so now let's go down verse 6, Revelation 11:6.
Verse 6, these have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecies, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will.
Right, and this is what, granted, Elijah and Moses, they did this, right? This is definitely referencing the prophecies or the plagues that Elijah and Moses did, right? But it goes further. Read verse 7.
Verse 7, and when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them.
Right, now it said the beast is going to overcome and kill them. All right, now real quick, let's go to the book of Daniel chapter 7. Daniel chapter 7, and let's get verse 25.
Okay. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
And it says it's going to wear out the saints of the Most High. Well, we already know who the saints are, right? If y'all don't know, that's in the book of Psalms, chapter 50, and I think it's 50 and 5. If you don't know who the saints are, we're not going to pull it, but that's Psalms chapter 50 and verse 5. The saints is Israel. Saints ain't nobody else. I don't care what Christian pastor try to say. Oh, everybody who believe in Yahweh Shai, who believe in Christ, is the thing. No, everybody who believes in Yahweh Shai ain't no saint. You can't be it ain't no Edomite saints, right? The saints are only the nation of Israel, right? It said, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints. So if Babylon, the beast, Babylon, so that's Babylon is Mystery Babylon is not the beast itself per se. That's a good question. And I'll definitely answer that. In fact, I'll answer that when we go over Wormwood, when I talk about Wormwood next week, most high willing, and we get into Revelation chapter 8, I'll answer that question and we can look at the beast in that, right? And I'll definitely explain that. I think we had kind of talked about it when I did Revelation 12 before. I think we went in that a little bit then. But good question. All right. So it said that he's going to wear out the saints. Right.
The Most High, you can keep going.
Yeah, come.
And think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of times.
So a time of times and dividing of times. Now, when we get into things like this, that's really deep too. and we definitely go. I'll go into that deeper one day. And actually, me and Captain Jonathan been talking about going in, doing a Daniel breakdown, and really going through and breaking this down for you guys. So we'll get into that. But the one point that I wanted to bring out here in Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25 is where it said that he shall wear out the saints. Because what do we see in Revelation 11? It said that the beast shall make war against them and shall overcome them, right? And kill them. Now we're going to get into that too. But that's basically us when we went into captivity, when we went into captivity, Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, we went into captivity. The beast has been making war. He has been wearing us out since we have been over here, right? We talk about it basically every Sabbath, right? How the saints are being worn out. Brothers is tired. Brothers is sick of this captivity. Brothers is sick of looking at, just all the things that goes on in this captivity, the homosexuality, the paganism, everything, right? It's wearing us out. Dealing with family members who don't want to keep the laws of the Most High. Dealing with wives who don't want to keep the laws of the Most High. You know how many brothers are going through it because their homes are split because their wives don't want to keep the laws, or their wives want to still celebrate folly days. I mean, the saints are being worn out right now, right? You have something?
No, I said, Con.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's jump back to that Revelation 7 again.
Verse 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
All right.
Where
So
also
now I said their dead bodies are going to lie in the street. Right? Now, what does it mean, their dead bodies? Are these literal dead bodies? Well, whenever I teach this, I say that you can think of it as spiritual, but I think that it applies in the physical as well too. Now, why do I say that? The reason why I say that is because, one, we know where, or the place that is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. In fact, let me bring this up real quick. Read that one more time from the top.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
All right, so their dead bodies is lying in the streets of a place that is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. So real quick, Shemaiah, grab the book of Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1 for me, Baba Kashad, and then I also need the book of Ezekiel. Need the book of Ezekiel chapter 37. Let's get the Baruch 4 and 1 verse. Yeah, Khan.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh, and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
All that keep it shall come to life. So the law is, if you keep the law, you're going to live. If you don't keep the law, you're going to die. Right? That's plain upon tables. Keep the law and live. Don't keep the law and die. Now, Revelation said it's that their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the place that is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Now, I'm going to share this real quick. You guys are already done caught on to it, but I seen in the chat, he said that's America. Khan, that is America. Hey, Sister L, Shalom, sis. The water for joining. All right, real quick, let me bring this up. All right. So what do you see on the back of that?
Big fat
See a
pyramid.
right? So now said that their dead bodies shall lay in the place that is spiritually called Sodom in Egypt. Now, the reason why I said their dead bodies, so one, it is spiritual because spiritually we have been dead. Spiritually, we were dead until we came back to the law, statutes, and the commandments. Right? Baruch 4:1 said this book is the book. Read that one more time. You still there?
In Baruch, yeah.
This book is the book that endures forever, the law that endures forever. Read that.
This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh and the law that endure forever. All that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
All right, all that keep it is going to come to life, right? Such as leave it shall die. So let's get that in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, and start at verse 1.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 1. The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were dry.
Right. So now this is the valley of dry bones. I'm pretty sure that you guys are all pretty familiar with this story. If you're not, so the Most High is speaking to the prophet Ezekiel, right? He carries him off in the spirit to a valley full of dry bones. All right. Go to verse. No, just keep reading. Just keep reading.
Verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live?
Can these bones live? Right. So obviously, if he's asking can the bones live, they got to be what? They got to be dead, right? Keep reading.
And I answered, O Lord God, thou knowest. Again, he said unto me, prophesy unto these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the words of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring upon flesh upon you, and cover you with skin.
I want you to go ahead and drop down to verse number 10.
Verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
Right? Read on.
Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off from our parts.
Right? So the bones were the whole house of Israel, right? The northern, the southern kingdom, right? Why were they bone? Why was their hope lost? One, they wasn't keeping the law. What did we do? We sinned against the Most High. We broke the covenant. The southern kingdom went off into idolatry. The southern kingdom was good for that, right? Going off into idolatry. It was a remnant in the northern kingdom that was still doing what they were supposed to do, right? It was a remnant of the northern kingdom that was still keeping the statute, laws, and the commandments. All right, but these bones were the whole house of Israel. So let's go back to that Revelation chapter 11 again. Read that last verse for me one more time.
Verse 8. And their dry bones shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt,
right?
Where also our Lord was crucified.
Right. I like that. So, and their dry bones, right? They're dead bodies because they are spiritually dead. Why are they spiritually dead? They're spiritually dead because they were not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. What did Baruch 4:1 say? Baruch 4:1 said that this book, this is the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life. And that's what happened in the valley of dry bones, right? Over here in Babylon, what's happened, right? that valley of dry bones has begun to wake up, right? The blood has been coming back into us. The skin has been coming back on our body, and we're standing up, right? The whole house of Israel, the northern, the southern kingdom is waking up and coming back to these laws. And what do you see? You see the enemy getting upset. You see the enemy getting worried because they know what time it is. What did it say? It said he know that his time is short, right? So everybody is watching the nation of Israel. All these other nations is watching the nation of Israel. It's seeing what we're doing. That's why when you look at the doomsday clock, and in fact, let me bring that up here real quick. Right? Look at the doomsday clock. Yeah, they they do it because of all the so-called missiles and everything else that they got going on, and global warming. But the doomsday clock is because they know that their time is short, because you got the nation of Israel that's waking up. And what's going to happen? Yahweh Shai is going to come back. Why are they trying to build all these space forces? Because they know Yahweh Shai is coming back. Why are they so intent on looking out into space? And now, I really, when we talk about it next week, when we go into Wormwood, when we think about or understand why they're trying to build all these bunkers, they're really not trying to build all these bunkers because they're worried about a meteor coming from outer space. That's not why they're trying to build all these underground bunkers. We just have to get in our book and know, our people have to get in the book and get a better understanding of what's going on. So I'm going to read this here real quick. It said, the hands of the doomsday clock, which is a symbolic device meant to warn the world how close it is to real disaster. This world is close to real disaster. Why is it close to disaster? Hey, give me 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. You think the elite really don't know? The elite know what's coming down.
Yeah.
But our people don't know. Right? That goes into Isaiah. That goes into Isaiah 1 and 3. Our people don't know what time it is. Our people are too content with going into the churches, just getting, feel-good messages. Not actually getting fed. Not actually told about what is really going on. Our people are too content in letting their little children get on microphones and sing Hands on Your Knees. It was sickening when I saw that. I was really disgusted. How can you have, and then you're videoing it, then you're recording it because you think it's cute? You got 3, 4, 5-year-old little girls singing Hands on Your Knees. Madness. It said, they have come, let me read that, with midnight representing the point at which the earth becomes uninhabitable by humans, have come the closest they've ever been to midnight, doomsday, right? Read that in 2nd Esdras.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
They know that their time is coming up to a close. They know that their time is coming to an end. That's why this clock is the closest it's been to doomsday. Because the children of Israel, the dry bones, are standing up. A great and exceeding army. And they're spooked. Shook.
Salakia.
Yep.
And you gotta pay attention to Esau and how slick he is with his wording, because when you read that, it says the earth becomes inhabitable by humanity, not for, by. And then when you read what he just read about Esau, they know what they're doing, they know what they're causing, they know what's gonna come. Because that sentence there, right, inhabitable by humanity, they know they're the reason why this is all, well, outside of us waking up and and Most High answering our prayer, they also the reason why this is going to happen. And it's clearly in that sentence.
Great. Let's go back to that Revelation real quick. Give me that
You want number
Revelation
8 or number
11
9?
and 8. Nope, we're gonna stay in 8 because I want to draw this point home.
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom in Egypt.
Right? It says spiritually called Sodom in Egypt. Now, I just sold you on the back of that dollar bill, right? They've got a pyramid on the back of that dollar, right? Then, who lives in, I know we got somebody in the chat that live in DC. But anyway, so in Washington, D.C., what do they have? They've got that obelisk there, right? So an obelisk is a tall, four-sided, narrow, tapering monument which ends in a pyramid-like shape or pyramidion at the top. Originally constructed by ancient Egyptians and called Tekhenu, right? The Greeks used the Greek term obeliskos to describe them, and this word passed into Latin and ultimately into English, right? So we've got the obelisk in the capital of Washington, D.C., right? Sister Joan Gilchrist Khan is in D.C. So, sis, have you ever went and looked at that obelisk? Have you ever been by the obelisk? So this place is spiritually Sodom or spiritually Egypt, right? Because what were the children of Israel doing in Egypt? They was in bondage. They was in slavery, right? But let's prove it again that this place is spiritually Egypt. Real quick, give me Deuteronomy 68 and 28, or 28 and 68. Salakia, dyslexic.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Into where?
Into Egypt again with ships.
Right. So the United States of America is spiritually Egypt. Right. That's where, again, the children of Israel was sent to serve in slavitude. Right. Spiritual Egypt. Look at the back of the dollar bill. What do you have? You have the pyramid. This is spiritual Egypt. In DC, in the capital, what do they have? They have the obelisk that was in where? Ancient Egypt. This place is spiritually Egypt, right? And then it's that also, which is called Sodom. But what were they doing in Sodom? What were they doing in Sodom and Gomorrah?
A whole bunch of wickedness.
A whole bunch of wickedness. Y'all already know homosexuality rampant. What happened when the angels went to Lot?
Oh, they tried to bust down Job's door. I mean, not Job, but Lot's door, just to get at it.
Hey, send them dudes out here.
Yeah,
we seen them dudes. Hey, that's new booty.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, for real. You know what it made me think of? It made me think of, and I ain't never been, all praise to the Most High, except for one time, and I was only in there for a day, and I couldn't wait to get the hell out. But like when you go to jail, you know, everybody looking at the new booty.
Yeah, God.
You know, they get excited when they see the new booties coming through. They trying to place they dibs. Oh, I want that one. I want that one. Hey, y'all ever seen the movie Shawshank Redemption?
That's my movie. That's one of my favorite movies.
You remember when they was first hitting the prison and they was getting off the bus and all the prisoners was on the outside and they was looking at them, they was whistling and they was like, oh yeah,
like that one.
You know, they was picking out who they was gonna get. They're like, oh yeah. You know, that's America, because America does what? America is going throughout the earth talking about you got to accept LGBTQ whatever. America is trying to go over there, trying to force the African countries to abide by the rules and the laws that America goes by. America's like, hey, you need to be accepting of these people, or else you're going to stop giving aid. We're going to stop giving you aid. In fact, they just had an ambassador over there talking to them, saying some slick stuff, basically saying, hey, if y'all don't get with the program, y'all ain't getting no more money. But why the United States don't try to do that with the Kuwaitis? Why they don't do that with them? Why they not going over to Iran talking about, hey, y'all got to accept GBs? And we already know they with the booty bumping over there in Israel. They got one of the largest gay parades over there. Right?
But they the chosen people though.
So people think. But that's why the enemy is so mad about the real ones waking up. About the dry bones waking up. And that's why people are, when we read on, in fact, we'll just read it. So anyhow, America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Right? Where their dead bodies were going to lie. And where have our dead bodies been? Where were we at when we were not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments? I didn't come into this truth till 6 years ago. So I was spiritually dead. I was spiritually dead for 38 years of my life. 38 years of my life, I was the walking dead. Right? And it says, hold on, it says, the dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. How was, now, Yahushua was not crucified over here. In fact, where was he crucified at? In the chat, where was Yahushua crucified at? I want somebody grab me Hebrews chapter 4. I want 4. Oh, no, I want 6. Hebrews 6. Hebrews 6 and 6. Come on. So where is that at? Israel, right? So we know he wasn't crucified over here in the United States. So why does it say that their dead bodies are going to lie in the streets of the place that is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified? Right? Why does it say that? Well, let's read that. Hebrews chapter 6 and start at verse 4.
It's the book of Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 4. For it is impossible for those who are once enlightened and have tasted of the heavenly gift and were made partakers of the Holy Spirit and have tasted the good word of Yahweh and the powers of the world to come, if they shall fall away, to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucify to themselves the Son of God afresh.
They do what?
Crucify to themselves the Son of God afresh.
Right? Hey, Yahushua, it said they crucify him afresh. When people sit up there and they say, oh, we don't got to keep no laws, the laws is done away with, every time you go out and you breaking the law, you're doing what? You're crucifying Yahushua afresh. Right? And then, hey, I want, just like what Brown just said, not just that, but they destroyed his image. Yahushua said, hey, you got to believe on him as the scriptures say. But what do? They give us this picture of this homosexual white boy. They give us a picture of a homosexual and say that this is the Son of God. So Christ is crucified afresh because people don't want to keep the laws. The laws is done away with. Right? They killed the image. They gave you the homosexual white boy and said that this is Christ. Right? So this is why our dead bodies lied in the place which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. So let's go back to that Revelation 11 and go ahead and verse 9 now.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 11 and verse 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Right? It said that they shall see their dead bodies. All right, hold on. Sorry. Just thinking something. All right, so it said that. Read that one more time. Salakia.
And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Right. And so, that was the other thing that I wanted to hit on too. All right, is the fact that I said that when you said their dead bodies shall lie in the streets, saying that one, that's spiritual because we wasn't keeping the laws. And then I said it's also can be looked at as being a physical thing because when one of us is killed, our dead bodies is literally laying out in the street. I always think back to Michael Brown, and I think back to how long that brother's dead body laid in the street before they finally picked his body up and got it out of there. They said his dead body was in the street for hours. Just lying there in the street for hours. How many brothers or sisters done been killed and been stretched out on these streets and their bodies is just laying there? You got everybody standing around just looking at their dead body lying in the street. So yes, it's spiritual, but it's physical too. How about when they used to, when we go back to slavery times, and they would hang us, and they would leave the body there hanging for other slaves to witness and see, or tied to a tree, and their dead bodies is just there on display. Yo, and I know it's a movie, but they put some truth in every movie. Y'all seen that movie with Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman? It's like a Western movie. And anyhow, they're going to revenge, like, so a prostitute ended up getting her face cut up. It's a young kid in the movie. He like, the prostitutes, they done put up a bounty if for whoever killed the two men that cut up her face, they go win the movie. I think it's like Unforgiven or something like that. But anyway, in the movie, so the three of them, they go kill the dudes that cut up her face. And Morgan Freeman ends up, because he's old now. So, when they were younger, him and Clint Eastwood, they were supposed to be like worse than Billy the Kid. But now Morgan Freeman done got old. He done got a wife. He done settled down. He ain't with the business no more. Anyhow, so when they're about to kill him, Freeman like, oh man, I can't do it. I don't got it in me no more. And so he ends up leaving. The other two stay to finish the job. Morgan Freeman's character get caught. And anyway, so they end up killing him, and they leave his body in front of the saloon in the casket, and they got a sign on him. And the sign say, this is what happens to assassins around here. Right? But when you think about, like, that's really what they were doing to our people. Right? When they would hang a slave, or when they would tie a slave to a tree. Hey, this is what happened to slaves that try to escape. right? This is what happens to you. All right. Hey, James said in college we seen a body lay in a ditch from 12 a.m. to like 7 a.m. See, that's crazy. But that's prophecy fulfilled, though. That's prophecy fulfilled, man. Our dead bodies laid in the street, spiritually and physically, waiting on the corner to come get the body up. Shoot, the body starts stinking, and they still laid out there. Or a body that's just in a field somewhere, and niggas know about it, but ain't nobody called the people. Know the body is there, but ain't nobody calling the people. Because our dead bodies are laid in the streets. What you say, Ryan?
I said that was my cousin a couple of months ago. Got the call in Sacramento that he got shot at like, I want to say going on 11 o'clock. And they didn't get his body until like 5 o'clock the next morning. He just laid there on the concrete.
See? Yo, man, you can't tell me that this Bible don't apply to us. But our people are so blinded that they cannot see it. Right? All right. So let's go back there. Give me verse 10.
Verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
Right? And we did when we was keeping the law, statutes, and the commandments. Hey, the other nations were being tormented. I mean, when Moses went into Egypt and said, "Let my people go," Egypt got tormented.
Okay.
Right? Grab the book Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. You know, they still rejoice today. They're rejoicing over us today.
Chapter 5 and what?
It started from the top.
All right, okay. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted them, and made no account of all his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond.
So, and I mean, that's what's happening really, like right now. When you see those dry bones start to wake up, those dry bones start to stand up, right? We're standing up full of confidence. We're standing up. We're giving this word to our oppressors. We're letting our oppressors know, hey, look, the end is near. Right? Read verse 2 again.
Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be.
Hey, the other nations are spooked. Forget what you heard. The evangelical Christians, they're spooked. That's why they're coming up with all these different ways to try to combat what we bring out. That's why they're having their symposiums. That's why they're having all their preachers get together to try to talk about how are we going to deal with these Hebrew Israelites. People are leaving the church. Hey, did y'all see Jake's church? They did put up a video of Jake's church. Jake's church was empty like last week.
I saw that.
You saw that?
I saw that. Like empty. It was empty. Like it was sprinkled. People like sprinkled all over. Like I ain't never saw it so empty. And he acting like he got a church full of people.
Right. But that's because he's shamed. He's shamed. But going back to what I was saying is we're waking up and there's nothing that they can do to stop the awakening. But they're spooked and they're trembling with fear because of it. Right? Read verse 3.
Verse 3. And they repented and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom he had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach.
Right? And what did it say in Deuteronomy that we was going to be called a proverb and a byword? Right? But they're going to look and they're going to be like, God dang, they were right. Hey, what was that? Kennedy said, hey, what if when we die and we see Jesus is black? He said that. There's a quote by Robert Kennedy that said that.
He knew we gotta stop doing these people like this.
Right? He said, man, they're gonna be like, man, these were the people that we held down. These were the people that, we was out there shooting and killing and throwing in jail and putting bogus cases on them, throwing them in the prison cells. Right? Read on.
Verse 4. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints?
Right? And because we are the saints. We are the saints. We are the children of Israel. And real quick, grab the book of Hosea. Hosea chapter 1. 1 and 10. Hosea 1 and 10.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 1, and verse 10. And now will I discover her what is it? Lowliness in the sight
Hold on,
of the
wait. Where you at? Where you reading?
oh,
In
so it's
Hosea?
like yes, like I missed that word. It's lowliness. I can't even get that word out.
No, I think you got the wrong precept.
Yeah. Hosea 1 and 10.
Oh, it's like I was 2. My bad. It's like my bad. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
Right? That's what, this is going into that wisdom of Solomon. They go look at him like, man, because all over here, they never called those Israelis, they never said that the Israelis are not the people of the book. They've never heard that. No one has ever said, oh, no, you guys aren't the Jews. Who do they say that to? They say that to us. Oh, you niggas done went crazy. Y'all done lost y'all mind. Y'all is just wetbacks and niggas and what do they call Native Americans? Probably call them niggas too.
Redskins.
But the whole point is that was said about us. And in this place, it's going to be said, oh no, those were the children of the Most High. Those were them. Right? Read verse 11.
Verse 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together. And
It said the children of Israel and the children of Judah shall be gathered together. Now, go back to Revelation 11 and get verse 11 now. We're going to drop that
11.
Go back to Revelation 11 and 11.
Revelation verse 11 And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them, and
Now
they
that's
shall. I mean,
go ahead, read on.
sorry. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Right. So real quick, let's go back to Hosea. Give me Hosea chapter 6. Hosea chapter 6 and verse number 1. And this is why we can see that the two witnesses are actually the northern and the southern kingdom.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 6 and verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he has torn, and he will heal us. He has smitten, and he will bind us up.
Come on.
After 2 days will he revive us. In the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight.
This is Revelation 11 and chapter 11 and 11. That 3 days, this is that prophecy. And that's what I'm saying. In the book of Revelation, John the Revelator is just repeating what's already been said, what's already been given to us. So I heard someone say before that the New Testament is concealed in the Old Testament, and that the Old Testament is revealed in the New Testament. Right? It's all one book. Right? So Revelation 11 and 11 again, it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. Right? Again, that's that valley of dry bones. And that's that breath. Right? The breath is coming back into those dry bones, and they're standing up on their feet, an exceeding and great army. Because what do we see in the next verse? It says, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. That's that exceeding great army that's standing up on their feet, that's getting up, that's coming back like, hold on, wait a minute. We're not niggas, we're not fixed, we're not Indians, savages like you have called us. We're not the bywords and the proverbs that you have called us. We are actually the children of the Most High God. Right? This is that prophecy coming to pass. Now watch this. Go to verse number 12.
Verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying, come. Saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
And that's us being taken up out of this place. That's when those chariots come and they take us out of here. Right? That's not talking about Moses and Elijah. That's talking about the northern and the southern kingdom who have the faith in Yahushua and keep the commandments. Right? That's us leaving. Right? Now, real quick, go back to Hosea. Go back to Hosea chapter 1. Hosea chapter 1 and read verse 11 again.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appointed themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. Right?
And so now look, that's that 2 sticks. Like I seen somebody put it in the chat earlier, the 2 sticks. That's the 2 sticks coming back together and them appointing one head. That's Yahushua, right? And it says, and they shall come up out of the land. That's us being taken out of here. Right? You got to be able to blend this book together. Because it matches, it fits together like puzzle pieces. The people who don't know the Bible, they say stuff like, oh, why are you going there? Why are you going here? Why? Because I'm putting the puzzle together. I'm getting that understanding of what the Bible is actually saying. And then it said, and great shall be the day of Jezreel. Jezreel is Israel, right? On that day, when those chariots come to carry us away. And when they come to carry us away, where are we going? In the chat, when those chariots come and carry us away, where are we going?
Home.
We going home?
I hope so.
We're going into the wilderness.
Okay.
We are going into the wilderness.
I mean, well, that's kind of home. We spent 40 years out there. That's kind of home too.
Hey, that's facts. That's facts. Kind. So look, so this is actually because when we go into the wilderness, and this is actually why I want to go to Revelation 11 before I go back to 8, is because there's things in Revelation 8 that we're not going to be here for. Wormwood, when Wormwood happens, we're not going to be here for that. We are going to be gone. Hey, it all links up together. It all links up together. You just got to start putting those pieces in, right? Because even you can even Hosea 1:11, right? When it says, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together. You can even preset that with Isaiah 11. In fact, let's go there real quick. And that's verse 11 also too. Hey, the Most High is beautiful. Go to Isaiah 11 and 11.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Patmos and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea.
Right? Read on.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Right? Hey, and what it said? He said the second time. Jeremiah said, hey, when he gathered us together the second time, we're not going to even think about when he brought the children of Israel out of Egypt the first time. What Hosea 1:11 say? It said, great shall be the day of Jezreel. Hey, that's gonna be a Most High willing, man. I get to see that. Most High willing, I'm here and I get to see that, man. I get to experience that. Right, that's a beautiful, man. And that's what when it comes to, people talk about, pray for peace, pray for the will of the Most High to happen. People talking about, 24 is going to be better, and pray for the peace of Israel. Ain't no peace going to happen over there. Ain't no peace until the true people get put into the land. If these people are really students of the Bible, they would actually understand and know that the people that are over there today are not supposed to be over there. They are imposters. In fact, grab Luke 21 and 24 real quick, and then we'll get ready to shut it down, because we've been rocking for a minute. I know I seen the brother talking about 11:11. Right, all these 11s. Come on.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 20. What is it? You said 21, 24?
Come.
21 and 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive unto all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
So how are the people that's over there, How do you call them the true people of the Bible when the Bible said that Jerusalem was going to be trodden down by the Gentiles and to the fulfillment of the Gentiles, or to the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled? No, you can actually preset that with in the book of Maccabees. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. But again, so the two witnesses are the northern and the southern kingdom. We're the witnesses, right? We're the ones that's out here prophesying. We're the ones that's out here speaking the word of the Most High. And that actually brings me to my next point that I wanted to hit is, man, you got to get in the fight. You got to get in the fight. And I know brothers be tired. I know, again, Babylon be the wearing brothers out. I know that. I know you dealing with it. You getting pulled from the left, from the right, from the front, from the back. You getting pulled from all over the place. I know. But you got to get in the fight. You got to put your brick in. Give me 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 7. Hey, where you at? Yahweh's Hunter. What state you in, King?
It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, and verse 7. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the side.
Hold on. We're gonna have to read that again. Hey, Con, hey, Brown, that prospect phrase is gonna be starting up soon, King. And so, all praise to the Most High, man. We'll get you in here, man. You start putting your putting that brick in. All praises. And Yahweh's Hunter. Yo, we got brothers out there in Ohio. We got brothers out there. I don't think they in Connecticut. I don't know if Boaz is still on. But we got brothers out there. So hey, you want to put your brick in, man? Shoot us an email.
God.
And there's plenty ways that a brother can actually put his brick in. But get in the fight.
God.
Right? Read that again.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 7. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works.
Escape by his what?
Escape by his works.
So if you're gonna be saved, you're gonna have to, you're getting out of here by your works and the faith in Christ. We cannot forget that. It's works and the faith in Christ. Now we know, yes, works is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. But works is also putting in your brick.
God.
Works is also going out there, waking up your people. You cannot just sit idly by and think, oh yeah, I'm good. No. You got to put your brick in, man. You got to get some zeal and get in the fight. Keep reading on that.
Escape by his works and by faith, whereby and by faith,
right? Because by works and by faith are we saved. All right, grab Revelation 14 and 12. Somebody go ahead, grab James 2 and 17.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus.
Right? Hey, keep the commandments of the Most High and have the faith. Because it's about works and it's about faith that we're getting out of here. You can't just have works and no faith. You can't just have faith and no works. You got to have them both together. And them works is also getting out there doing the work. You got to let your light shine. You cannot put a light under a bushel and hide it. You got to get out there and let your light shine. Right? Hey, Todd, hey, we in the Bay, but hey, man, we got brothers that be out there in Sac. we travel out there, but if you're in Cali, King, you can link with us. That's for sure, for sure. If you're in Cali, you can link with us. We got a brand new soldier that's actually down in Fresno, right? And he done came up. We done good brother Yaquab down in Fresno doing the work. That brother drove 3 hours. That's what I'm saying, man. You got brothers that's driving 3 hours to go put their brick in. And you brothers got a camp that's maybe 15, 20 minutes away, and you not going. You got to get up, man. Have some works. And again, I know you tired. I know you've been working all week. Put your brick in, man. Right? Read that, James.
The book of James, chapter 2 and verse 17. Even so, faith, if it has not works, is dead, being
Hey,
alone.
you can't just tell me that you believe. You got to have works to show me that you believe. Right? Hey, because that belief is going to manifest itself in works. That belief is going to manifest itself into works because I believe I do. I'm not going to do something if I don't believe in it. I keep the feast days because I have faith. I keep the law because I have faith. I get out here on the Shabbat because I have faith. Right? You got to have works. You got to have works, man. And so with that, Yasha Allah, all praise to the Most High, man. Yo, when we get into Revelation 8, and like I said again, Most High willing, I'm gonna bring that out next week, unless the Most High say otherwise. We gonna go into Revelation 8, and we gonna really start talking about wormwood again. Hey, we not gonna be here for that, but we gonna break that down and look at what wormwood is. You know, they are talking about, you know, NASA is always up to doing the things that NASA do, talking about 2029, there's going to be a comet. Comet is coming close to the earth. So, you know, we're going to talk about all this. And, you know, these Christian pastors is out here talking lies, spreading lies about the Bible, don't know what they talking about. So we go debunk everything that they saying. We go kill that noise. And then, you know, we're gonna keep doing what we do, man. We're gonna keep on, you know, telling the truth and shaming the devil, right? The devil is Esau. We go shame him. You know, all these lies that he tried to tell, and all the lies that he still tried to tell to, you know, keep our people lost in the sauce. But the prophets is waking up, man. And it ain't no stopping us. You hear me?
Not at
I'm
all.
talking to you. It ain't no stopping us, man. Hey, we done counted the cost. Hey, you got brothers that's ready to die for this, ready to die for this truth. You hear me, man? So, yo, with that, hey, brothers, and the water y'all that stayed and participated, man. All praise to the Most High. Hey, like Captain Judah said, yo, he put the link for the email up in there. Yo, we do got Passover coming. Passover is right around the corner. All praises to the Most High. I'm excited for it. I can't wait. Right? Passover. Y'all can go to the website and get your ticket for Passover if you're going to be able to make it out. Right? And shoot those emails. You know, man. All praise to the Most High, man. But brothers, got anything?
Well, I got Daniel 7 and 18.
All right, Con. Well,
just a quick second, man. Like the Ottawa said, for the brothers who looking to join and get with people, man. Like he said, you got to get you some zeal and get in that field. People got to look at this like it clearly tells you that only a remnant is going to be saved when it's all done. So we need to be really contended for the faith and looking at this like it's a lottery, man. Like you want to make sure you hit that jackpot when all's said and done, because a lot of us are going to be killed in the end. So get you some zeal and get in that field.
Yo, and I'm glad you just said that too, because that just made me think of something. I'm glad you just said that, the water, because a lot of our people still got a Christian mentality, and what I mean by that is thinking, "Oh, I'm saved, I don't got to worry about nothing no more." No, Negro, you still got to endure until the end. Don't think that just because now, or you say that you believe in the truth, that you good. You still got to endure to the end. Ain't none of us saved yet, right? We're fighting the good fight so that we will be saved, right? But with that, and Tawada, for that comment, Arad. With that, let's go ahead, man. Let's get that verse.
That's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
The Most High. Right? Hey, Tawada Yasha'Allah. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, 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 black music, black music, black music, black music, black music.